flex. I believe Millennia in the past has been playing as a duelist, coming in here now as a strategist. You know, ton of flexibility, but is that super comfort? How much time have they put in that role? All that is up to question, and it has you maybe doubting how the team will perform together. But we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes and how they've been playing, and obviously that is the decision they made.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see at the online discussions. I mean, just like what happens throughout the series, you know, what's going on. Maybe Millennia gets like a stock boost if 100 Thieves were to win, right? That would be huge. We'll have to see how 100 Thieves does. I think we know, like you talked about, how good of a team they are to constantly be in the top discussions. Before, when they were mutants, now to come through.
ये चल रहा है कि हाँ भी मार्वल राइवल्स का इस टाइम रेलम का टूर्नामेंट है, ठीक है। उससे सबसे पहले रेलम टूर्नामेंट्स हुए थे, फिर अपने ये रेगुलर टूर्नामेंट्स होने शुरू हुए। तो अपने यहाँ पे
has been throughout the year. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. We had a conversation with Terry yesterday. He was essentially saying this team is like a friend group now, right? So
basically यहाँ पे अपना
and that is a difficult thing to handle in life and in video games, right? You got to be cohesive, you got to be confident, and you got to understand each other. You play, you know, you essentially get in the mind of your teammate. You understand what they're going to do before they even have to tell you, and that helps out with comms, which, you know, I know this team is more driven there with Terra's comms, but they do all pitch in. So, I don't know how it's going to shake out. I'd like to see how it happens. You know, we talk about Cal stepping in from the bench, saying, I want the ball first, showing up. Yeah, this could happen for Millennia.
And that's also a good point to maybe come back into experience we've had so far at the LAN environment that we're here in Guangzhou. I mean, we were in the same hotel as these guys. Obviously, they're practicing there as well. And in those situations, we're just like, okay, what are we going to do? Study for these games. Right? We're going to get ready for the matches for the mid-season. And, you know, we're going to watch scrims, going to the practice rooms, all the casters, and everybody's kind of watching on the backside. I try to go ask, listen,
तो अभी स्टार्ट होने से पहले यहाँ पे ये चल रहा है, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे वेट कर रहे हैं।
Get the hell, they sent me out of here. He said, get the hell out of here, dog, man. And I did, because that is a very tense matchup. Even in practice, these guys have a very deep and rooted, sort of not bad blood, but there's a lot of pressure to just win the practice, win the scrims. You would think in a practice room, it's not all about winning, it's about improving, right? And sometimes you just, you know, your ego takes over, I guess, and 100 Thieves just want to constantly win, make sure they're back in the game.
Yeah, you want to keep things under wraps sometimes, and that may result in, you know, interactions like that. You know, I don't know what that means. That could go back to this switch, right, with Millennia. It's just, there's so much complexity to this whole ordeal. But I want to circle back to a conversation we were having about Milan. You said essentially the Rising of this region.
Right.
Having the Iron Man, Panther, I know that those heroes in and of
तो यहाँ
themselves
पे
crowd favorites, right? So
बेसिकली क्या है कि पैंथर जो है इस टाइम सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत है अपने सपोर्ट्स लेजेंड्स के हिसाब से, जैसे लूना हो गए, अपनी इनविजिबल वुमन हो गई, उनके लिए बहुत दिक्कत है। और लूना स्पेशली बहुत स्ट्रांग लेजेंड है इस टाइम, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली उनके लिए यहाँ पे यार अपना सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत यही है कि पैंथर हो गया, क्योंकि पैंथर के अनबीटेबल सिस्टम्स हैं, ठीक है। अपना उसने 2 बार अपने स्पीयर मारना है, और उसके बाद अपना डैश और एक बार ई दबाना है, और बंदा चालू हो जाएगा, बंदा मर जाएगा बेसिकली, दैट्स इट। तो यहाँ पे ये सीन है, ठीक है। तो इसमें हमेशा ये याद रखना कि हाँ भी जो है मारो राइवल्स का कि सिस्टम, हमेशा ये याद रखना कि हाँ भी सिस्टम हमेशा ऐसे ही रहता है कि हमारे को जो भी अपने यहाँ पे है ना कि मार्वल राइवल्स के, कि हाँ भी जैसे गेनबे है, वो नोन है अपना वेनम के लिए, वो अपना नोन है अपना क्या कहते हैं डॉक्टर स्ट्रेंज के लिए, ठीक है। अब मोलान है अपना, ठीक है, OUG का अपना सपोर्ट प्लेयर है, लोकी हो गया, या फिर अपना एडम वॉरलॉक हो गया, उसके लिए लोन है।
or Milan, yeah, it is Milan.
Yep.
He is definitely that guy who has the flexibility, and that's what we're learning. I feel like when we talked in other hero shooter games about flexibility of players, jack of all trades players, if you will.
Yeah.
I personally, as a player myself in those games, I kind of memed on it. Like I was like, okay, this is kind of like
उसके बाद ये है अपना
some silly
ठीक है
nonsense by the
OUG
captain.
का
Really,
अगला
at the end of
बंदा
the day, there was no bans,
ठीक है
right, in the game
अपना
where Brett and I
टारोकी
competed. There was none of that system. Now that we have the game system,
साइलॉक और
flexibility is
विंटर
so
सोल्जर
important.
Yeah.
साइलॉक
It can't be understated how many
मेरे को
hours you
बहुत
can spend
बढ़िया
on one hero. You
लगती
know
है
that,
लेकिन
and you still feel like you
अपना
probably
विंटर
only
सोल्जर
get
भी
certain heroes. Like
जब
with
से
other
शुरू हुई
classes,
है
you can
तब से
feel that you
विंटर
reach
सोल्जर
maximum potential.
बहुत जाना हुआ है कि हाँ भी बहुत स्ट्रांग है लेजेंड
It's how it is. Skill ceilings, we had that conversation for those who don't know. Skill
अब
ceilings
शाहजहां
essentially how much
ठीक है
effort you can put into a
अपना
hero
मैंटिस
and
और
how good
इनविजिबल
the way
प्लेयर
you play the hero. One of those
इनविजिबल
characters that has
प्लेयर है
potentially,
ठीक है
definitely actually in my opinion
अपना
the highest skill ceiling
मैंटिस
is that torch. So maybe the teams don't elect to put
इस
him
टाइम
early
इतना
because
स्ट्रांग
he
नहीं है
gets
लेकिन
to
इनविजिबल
invest
वुमेन
so
बहुत स्ट्रांग है
much time
बहुत
before the team
स्ट्रांग
want to reach
यार
this level
विदाउट
of
अ डाउट
play. So instead, you maybe try to
ठीक है
choose some lower skill ceiling heroes that you can get a lot of value with,
अब जैसे
and then be able to
स्वेल्ड
fill
है
that out and
ठीक है
diversify your pool
क्लोक
that
एंड
way.
डैगर एंड
Absolutely,
लूना
you're right.
लूना
100%.
सबसे स्ट्रांग प्लेयर है
Thinking about
विदाउट
the
अ डाउट
consistency
और
of
अपना
heroes
क्लोक एंड
and trying
डैगर
to figure out and learn
सेकंड
how the back
स्ट्रांगेस्ट
line of
थर्ड
OUG, the
स्ट्रांगेस्ट मानता हूँ
strategists are really the
लूना
unsung heroes
लूना हो गया
these
उसके
teams
बाद
of
अपनी
Century. Professional
अपनी
esports
इनविजिबल
sports in
वुमन
general because of the
और
fact
फिर
that
क्लोक एंड
you don't
डैगर
really have a lot of that limelight on you. We
और
know
मैं
how
ये भी
to,
नहीं कहूँगा कि हाँ
if
भी
your team is
थर्ड आई
winning,
वुड
you
से
can't have bad strategists.
फोर्थ
Yeah,
That's what
sure.
I'm trying to
स्ट्रांगेस्ट
say.
Yeah,
So
you can't make mistakes.
चौथी
yeah,
सबसे
exactly.
स्ट्रांगेस्ट
Both Svald
प्लेयर है
and
क्लोक एंड डैगर
Xiaozhan are both
क्यों
crazy
सस्टेन
sports
ult
players,
है
insane strategy
सस्टेनेबल
players, and we're gonna learn
अल्टीमेट
that
है
today, I think.
क्लोक एंड
Yeah,
डैगर का
and just
लेकिन
to piggyback off
रॉकेट
more of
का
that, Ganbei is essentially he's a
अनलिमिटेड
really,
रेंज
really strong
के
meta. But
हिसाब
one
से
thing that is kind of
टोटली
interesting
डिफरेंट है
that we can mention here,
रॉकेट
he
को
was
मैं
on the
हमेशा
lineup
अबव
from
रखूंगा
Unraveled Blade
अब
Wars.
मिले ना
He made it
100
really
थीव
big
से
by this team, and
ठीक
then
है
he's
ठीक है वो अपना अपना क्या कहते हैं
into
प्लेयर था
rivals, picking up the game quickly, like we talk about all the time in its infancy,
It's
right?
not easy.
Yeah, it's not, and it being in
ठीक है
its
अपना
infancy at this
हावी है
level just
अपना
shows
वो
how
इनविज
quickly it
और
could adapt
लोकी
from being playing at
लोकी
such a high level
बहुत
and another
स्ट्रांग
game
है
coming
क्योंकि
here
वो
making that
किसी का
switch,
भी
right?
अल्टीमेट
Absolutely,
कॉपी
yeah,
कर
and that's
सकता
Very
है
different game too.
that game could not
डिपेंडिंग
be more
ऑन
Yeah,
different.
very different.
सिचुएशन
I played it with
आपको मैग्नेटो
Moxie.
यूज करना
Moxie's
है
actually good
जैसे
at that game. I am not.
उसके हिसाब से
So I
बहुत
gave up
इंपॉर्टेंट है
immediately. Moxie's like, yo, you should
मैग्नेटो
come
आपका
cast
कोई
this
भी
game. I'm like,
सपोर्ट रोल को
He
डिफीट कर
is not
सकता
a
है
gamer.
देखा
Yeah,
जाए
no,
तो
just kidding.
not a gamer there, but
No.
who is a gamer is
अब
Vinny
विनी है
Visada, the
वो
vanguards of
अपना
100 Thieves.
वेनम
And
और
we talk
ग्रूट
about the
प्लेयर है
strategists. Maybe
ग्रूट
let's
सबसे
focus back
स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट
on these
वैनगार्ड
vanguards,
है इस टाइम
specifically in Vinny.
और
And
वेनम
later on we talk about TTK.
डाइव है
What's something that you
ठीक
can
है
say about
बेसिकली
both Vinny and TTK that stands out?
अपना
Obviously, we're going to look at Terra in a
फिर
moment.
उसके
But what
बाद
do you think
अपना यहाँ
about
पर
Vinny
है
and TTK?
Yeah, so
100 थीव्स
go,
का
let me bring up Vinny first. One of the best Groots in the game. I know
टेरा
right now maybe not the highest Groot meta, right? It's
ओके
maybe quote unquote not meta, but I do think
विदाउट अ डाउट
definitely playable,
वुल्वरीन
especially
सबसे
with more divey
स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट है
compositions. But look at
वैनगार्ड के
Ollie,
खिलाफ
but Groot's going to be getting
ठीक है
a buff
और
here coming up in the next
विंटर
patch.
सोल्जर
I
जो है
have no
वो
doubt in my mind.
स्ट्रॉन्ग है
He will be seeing
नियरली
his way more into the
सभी
meta,
के
but
खिलाफ
an incredible Groot,
वेल
very
राउंडेड
strong player, and
ठीक
then
है
you switch over to TTK,
उसके
and
बाद
that is the top tier kid. This guy uses a
ओके
controller and is
मैं वॉशरूम
insanely
कहता हूँ
accurate, very
ठीक है
high sense.
और टीटीके जो है वो
For
बेसिकली
slow-paced vanguards, because
अपने
honestly, in my opinion, if
दोनों
you're playing on a
मेन
controller, it's
अपने
more difficult to get value on
शील्ड
something like a
लेजेंड्स हैं
hit-scan
ठीक है
duelist.
शील्ड
But
हीरोज
it's,
हैं
easier
अपना
on the Vanguard front. But he is insane. I've
स्ट्रेंज
never seen
और
him miss
अपना
a mag meter or a
मैग्नेटो
headbutt. I'm saying that I'm definitely
ठीक है
Absolutely not. And
उसके
you are
बाद
G for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
We always cancel the
क्या
curse
कहते
here.
हैं
Shinzo as well, the other controller player in this tournament. The
एबेट
Dilemma
लेना
is
है
waving towards the
ठीक
camera.
है
I love it.
We got some
Yeah,
good
that's the energy.
personality.
हेला
I mean, Dilemma
बहुत
was a
बढ़िया
guy that
हिट
I
स्कैन
picked
है
when I
और
was
उसके
looking
बाद
back at the
अपनी
game in the first place. This is a guy
साइलॉक
I mirrored my
ऑल्सो
own
हिट
sensitivity
स्कैन
off of his hell of
हिट
Nice.
स्कैन
because I
बेसिकली
came
हाँ
into
भी
ranked
जैसे ही
against him
आपने
for the first time and I was like,
अपना
getting
अटैक बटन
dominated,
दबाया
like
उसी
straight
टाइम ही
up. Like I
बंदे
was
के
like,
ऊपर
I'm just going
अटैक
like,
हो
you know,
गया
4 and like 20 or something like
इसका
that
सिर्फ
against Glenn. I'm
अपनी
like,
जो राइट क्लिक है
fuck, this
वो
guy's so
एक
slow.
है
Can't beat him, join him. Can't be exactly. Can't beat him, join him. And sometimes a lot of pro teams even
प्रोजेक्टाइल
follow that
बेस
strategy. You know, we saw
बेसिकली दूसरे
yesterday,
पे
I believe
अटैक
Nova
होएगा
weren't
थोड़ी
really
देर
trying some
बाद असर
strategies out.
होएगा
Then after playing against Rad,
ठीक है
you know, played the
मैं
jet.
एक बार
They
जरा
ended up winning.
वॉशरूम हो गया यार
Terra. Gonna put some damage out to start stacking those passives. Ganbei gonna look for the back line. Out we go. Terra finds Molan, and that's a good combination there with Delena just putting a ton of damage out, dashing through and colliding as they're looking for this point early. 100 Thieves is angry, and they want this W, and that's a ton of damage, but it will not be enough. Good kiting there. Delena gonna find Zhao, and that's a good stagger, buying them more time on point at 10%.
Yeah, that's the tough part of the Phoenix ult is you kind of have to pick your poison, right? Terra goes into the sky with the ultimate. Oh my, no, Deleno, you went too far, man. Going down into this upcoming fight, it's definitely scary. Luckily, Psylocke has the cooldowns to get back to the point, but he's going to be missing those for this upcoming fight. But as I was saying, waiting patiently to wait for his team to get in position to go for that dive, right? Terra, as soon as he lands, the team is there to follow up, making sure they're in position. Is his point now. Here comes the dance of the butterflies from Milan.
And Headlot's gonna find Harvey. Sval gonna take out Millennia. Ganbei on a TTK and Headlot on a Vinny. And I'm gonna say it, I do think that early pick was detrimental. Being down a number allows them to play hyper aggro. And I do think that's part of the mental game, right? Did get picked off near spawn from an off-angle aggressive push there by Molan. And I think it maybe he got in his head a little bit, right? Like that's the part of the mental game of Marvel Rivals. You want to try to do it right back and pay the price for it. So not a good look. Got to bounce back here, but OUG, 4 ults on, heavy advantage. We're going to see 3 here, I believe, for 100 Thieves in the next fight, but will it be enough?
We'll see. I mean, this is the thing with Milan. I think he and Taro have that flexibility. Also, copying the Lunar Snow, going invisible shift. A lot of Loki players obviously do that. Just sneak around, try to go for that copy onto the Lunar Snow. If they don't have a Luna on their team to give themselves the best ultimate basically in the game in terms of the fate of the worlds. We'll see how this upcoming fight lasts. He's waiting to the last second to pop it. Now they go.
Yeah, Lunacu is insane. Molan gonna find TTK early, and they're not using too much psych on line. 3 go out immediately as Headlot finds Millennia, and that's gonna be some value. Ganbei, Headlot, OUG wants this. Rightly, they just went right back and absolutely swept them. 100 Thieves will have ult advantage in the next fight, though. Things have to change. Momentum has shifted.
And Delena again, man, just got picked off in that previous fight towards the end. So. Man, it's tough. Even though OUG used a lot of ultimates, losing Delena yet again is going to be brutal moving forward. 63% of the board. 100 Thieves still have ultimates ready to go, but that gives time for OUG to build up ultimates yet again, as they are pretty much a 3 ultimate battle versus 3 on the opposite side for 100 Thieves. At least it is a Strategist ultimate in Harvey, but it's going to be back and forth again from the cap on Ganbei.
Yeah, I think, I almost thought Cap got caught before the ult went out. Terra gonna find Molan early, and that's a nice start to this fight. Meteor M ready here for Vinny. Vinny playing aggro. Off we go with the Meteor M. Thank goodness the Dragon was not there, making life a little easier. Using that ult to their advantage. What a shot there by Vinny. TTK taking out Headlot's Fall goes down there by Vinny. Vinny finds 2 on a Taro Cookie. Vinny looking really good here on the Magneto as Terra cleans up Zhao. One thing I wanted to mention there from Zhao was when they had used that transform, when they used the copy, notice how they took that full maximum length before they use the ultimate, right? Because Luna is a very strong strategist in their own right, staying and using those cooldowns prior, using the crystal and using clap before you press ultimate, because when you press that ult, you do reset that timer, so make sure you use the abilities if you can first.
Absolutely, and between OUG and 100 Thieves, North America versus China, for the chance to continue on in the upper bracket. It's not out, obviously, if they lose it now, go to the lower bracket. For right now, here comes that early dance to the butterflies from Milan, getting Millennia.
Yeah, that is a good start here. Terra gonna find Milan right back, though. Numbers even down. 100 Thieves with ult advantage. They're just holding on. I can't believe they're doing this. Well played here. 100 Thieves and OUG looking like the same pace of play, looking very similar, very smooth. Who's gonna come out on top in this fight? Oh my goodness! TTK! Terra popping off together, and now the teleport from Molan. You're gonna wait patiently until those reses come back and you fight as a team. That is how you use this portal. Do not get too aggressive. Remember, essentially the percentage on point is like a health bar. You can trade some of that resource to ensure you have a better chance at winning these fights.
Absolutely. Now they come out the high ground. They flip the point 95% they could touch last second. Taro does have the ultimate ready to go to slam down into 100 Thieves. They have nothing in this fight besides pick potential from the likes of Terra, who has done it before.
And we start again, ult advantage for OUG in the final fight. They will have time to portal if somebody falls early, but will not if they fall as a team. And we do see some heavy push here, using Zhao to use that Luna Fate of both worlds. There's that shield break as Headlock finds Millennia again with that combination. Molan onto Vinny, so difficult to handle. TTK goes down. Now they're just trying to stall with his invisible boundary, staying on point, but they find him. Delena still finds value, though. Will that be enough for the portal to come back and retake this point? That would be wild. It's definitely on the cards. You got to make sure you touch here with OT so the portal comes through. Will it happen? There's the touch there by Harvey, and that KO could be detrimental. And you come in heavy, Harvey. Insane play to stay healthy there in that fight. Up go the crystals. The dunk lands, but not enough. Do a fair amount of damage as out goes Cap immediately here. for the side of Ganbei. Anybody's fight at this point. Sval with some good positioning. Out goes the invisible boundary now. Ult's being used across the board. TTK Terra, who gets the first pick? Molan does. That's going to be a nice setting of pace. Will they be able to follow up? They've got to stay on point, and they are. I don't know how this is happening. Harvey goes down, and that could be the swan song for map 1 as Ganbei. Tero finds Terra. Molan on the Millennia. We're almost rhyming here as the first game goes to OUG.
Few things towards the end there, Ship, as that first game, like you said, goes to China in OUG, and obviously they have the crowd backing them. Few things, man. They swapped over Vinny to the Rocket Raccoon last second as well when they came to the portal for the res. A lot of people like to play it like kind of like Adam Warlock res, almost like a pseudo come back with the BRB. As that character obviously gives you that opportunity to come back, and you know he kind of tried to make things work on that. You know, some people are maybe wondering why you would do that. It definitely works for stall. I think it's a smart idea to do something along those lines. But for the likes of OUG, another reason why they won is because we talked about that Loki just looked absolutely dominant on the high ground constantly. It just even if you're not finding direct value on Loki in those situations, it's the pressure provided to the team, right? Because you saw that Delena having to commit both the dashes at the high ground to try to take him out. I mean, yes, he cleared the clones, but then falling back down to the team was him. And then also after that situation, unfortunately, Psylocke, her cooldowns are just so long. You're kind of out of the fight. Delena did kind of
यार क्या करना मैं अभी मेरा ये मन था सॉरी मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया देखते हैं यार क्या चल रहा सॉरी मेरे को पता नहीं था मैंने इतना बोला लेकिन किसी को सुनाई नहीं दिया होगा सॉरी फॉर दैट गाइस बेसिकली क्या है सारा सीन की ये जो है हिंदी में मैं सारा समझा रहा हूँ ठीक है अपना सारा का सारा ये व्हाट यू कॉल इट साइलॉक का अल्टीमेट दूसरे सपोर्ट अल्टीमेट्स को लेके आएगा बाहर टैंक अल्टीमेट जो हैं वो सारे के सारे डेथ के लिए लेके आते हैं कि हाँ भी बाकियों को बाकी डीपीएस हो गए सपोर्ट हो गए उनको मारने के लिए अगर आपका सपोर्ट डेड है तो आपकी कोई वायबिलिटी नहीं है बहुत जल्दी मर जाएंगे बाकी के बाकी डीपीएस बहुत इजीली हो जाएंगे कंपेयर टू टैंक्स लेकिन आपका क्या है सपोर्ट डीपीएस एंड देन टैंक आपने इस बेसिस पे काम करा तो आपका चल जाएगा आपका पहला हमेशा नो मैटर इफ यू आर प्लेइंग डाइव आप डाइव प्ले कर रहे हो आपका प्ले स्टाइल क्या है आप हमेशा सपोर्ट के पीछे जाओ मैं सपोर्ट प्लेयर हूँ मुझे पता है कि हाँ भी सारे टैंक सारे डाइव प्लेयर सारे डीपीएस हमें टारगेट करते हैं क्यों क्योंकि अगर हम डेड हैं तो बाकी डेड हैं लेकिन वो हमारे को मारने के लिए खुद इतने वर्नेबल हो जाते हैं कि हाँ भाई बाकी टीम के लिए आसान हो जाता है तो जो भी अटैक है और जो भी डिफेंड है उसके ऊपर ये डिपेंड करता है कौन अटैक कर रहा है बेसिकली जिसका जो भी स्ट्रांग है इस टाइम जिसके पास भी एडवांटेज है वो अटैक करेगा क्यों अटैक करेगा क्योंकि उसके लिए आसान है कि यहाँ पे अपना सिस्टम सेट करना आसान है अपना फ्यूचर का ठीक है अब देखते हैं कहीं पे कुछ और अपडेट हो
high-ranked players
Exactly.
could never reach
Different
this level.
level, yeah.
Different level, for sure. And when we talk about Delena, I think saying he's not that good on Psylocke, that's not a slight per se necessarily in that he's just the hero pool, it's very hard to reach its full potential, like we were talking about earlier.
Sure.
Delena, absolutely phenomenal. Namor, one of the best in the world. How can you get to that level on every single hero? It is not possible, except for a special few, like we saw with Milan on the opposite side, who was flexing very well. Same thing with Taro. Obviously, we'll see as the match goes on. As you know, we need the entire series. Luckily, today is a best out of 5. So because we have more maps to work with, I think we'll see a lot more in-depth banning go as these teams sort of feel each other out. But out an entire best out of 5. So Delena still has time to redeem himself, and like you said, still played well.
Yeah,
he played great, but it's still
at certain maps, which is huge mistakes means playing bad. I see what you're saying. Like
absolutely 100%.
The thing I want to bring up is there's also the factor of just having a bad map, right? Like or bad match or a bad on domination specific map, right? We talk about how those mistakes, it gets in your head. We had that maybe that 1v1 diff and then trying to do it right back and losing value. Those two mistakes being a bad play, but it's which kind of almost takes away from how
अभी
you've done the whole map.
शुरू होने लगा ठीक है बेसिकली यहाँ पे 100 थीव्स का मेन सीन ये है कि हाँ भाई ये साइलॉक या फिर अपना कि साइलॉक के अल्टीमेट साइलॉक के सारे जो हैं ठीक है अटैक्स और सारे जो एबिलिटीज हैं वो सारे कम हो जाते हैं जब वो अपना लेफ्ट क्लिक करती है अटैक करती है लेफ्ट क्लिक
The fact that on that first map we talked about how good Loki was, that is a big reason why Delena was having a hard time, right? He was constantly having to deal with Loki clones and stuff. The whole team was, right? The pressure that was provided from the Loki player from Zhao on the opposite side was absolutely amazing. I mean, that was phenomenal Loki play. It just worked so well on that map, and it's tough to let that through in the ban phase.
Yeah. And as we're heading into the ban phase, speaking of, do you think if it ain't broke, don't fix it here for OUG, or are we going to see maybe them remove Phoenix or maybe Psylocke now that they know them?
We'll
see. I don't know. I mean, like maybe they target that, but because they already know. The thing is, when we talk about flexibility and having to, play different heroes.
Next जो है,
if you don't have the triple res in your back pocket, man, I mean that's such a huge hole right now. We've seen every single team so far, if they have the Mantis available, if they have the Warlock available, if they have Ultron available, play triple strategist. And the fact that you're not playing it feels a little bit like a mistake to me. The fact that even if you can't show it for a map, shows that you don't have a lot of confidence, I think, in that sort of composition. And I think you have to play it because it's such an important composition played in this current patch.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But we do see a change here, and they're going to ban out the Loki again, ban out that Magneto, and lock in the Mag. They want to have that combination. It looks like we're going to see the Torch ban, Luna Snow lock on the side of 100 Thieves.
So that means Vinny's not going to be on that Magneto, or rather on, when he was playing the Magneto and TDK going over to the Emma is definitely unique, like we talked about, like you said. I mean, that's just something that didn't happen before for the side of 100 Thieves, having TDK mainly play the Magneto because he's so phenomenal at it, now going over to the Emma Frost, having easier time with it. Now for 100 Thieves, taking out some more similar heroes, getting rid of that Luna Snow, and the fact that, like you said, now they get to ban that Mag first. We see some different bans, I'm sure, going to come out from OUG towards the very end, and I mean, it's kind of worked in their favor. Now they've hidden one of their bans on the previous map as we move over to this next map on
कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि अभी लोकी जो है
वो
अवेलेबल हो
it is
Cloak and Dagger ban
another ban, and when you're already playing so aggressively and so confidently, it's just going to only help you out.
Cloak and Dagger को अवेलेबल कर रहे हैं और जबकि OUG जो है वो एमा को बैन कर रहे हैं.
Getting rid of some of the strongest. It's matched right back. Oh no, excuse me, as we do see the Magneto. It's not matched at all.
Basic है कि Loki और Magneto बचे हुए हैं और Luna और Cloak and Dagger
change up here. We might actually see the group. We may see. I'm curious if they're going to do Venom, Strange.
The Cloak and Dagger protect is quite interesting, Chib. I mean, on the opposite side, we're getting rid of the Mantis, getting rid of the Luna Snow, getting rid of the Cloak and Dagger, but the fact that 100 Thieves may be prioritizing their backline a little bit is definitely crucial for the successes they think on this upcoming map, is because Cloak and Dagger can be pretty insane on this map. I mean, it's just sort of straight hallways, front-to-back compositions, and that's how Cloak and Dagger plays the best.
As we start up again, attack side, I do believe, is going to be 100 Thieves who elected to pick that off the rip. And this is a fun map to watch. It does have some crazy angles for things like Loki in breakable positions of the map. Off-angle plays like crazy. We do know some high ground strength here for hit scan, so there's a lot on the table. So I'm curious what these compositions are going to look like as the entirety of the team. Again, they're going to allow Zhao to play that Loki. That is something that you and I don't think it's
मोस्टली
probably
टॉप साइड
too
पे सारे
Yeah,
पिच
maybe
रखे हैं.
on this map too. I mean, there's certain
This is
maps.
a very good Loki map.
Yeah, exactly. This is tough for 100
ये
Thieves, I think, in terms of
बहुत बढ़िया
the
लोकी
fan
मैप है.
phase, as we've talked about with the likes of Trust Me, right?
Yeah.
Trust Me, I think he has mentioned how Loki maybe has a lot of
save करना है.
good maps, a lot of bad
पोर्टल
maps.
करा बैक साइड पे.
Maybe this one we'll see how Loki
Okay.
does, but like you said, it's a very long-range map, and he can definitely succeed here.
As we start off the fight, high angle left side goes Taro. We see everybody all over the place here on defense as the portal play comes out for TTK. You know what? We had a discussion about how this strategy was very much a strategy used over the first few seasons, and it kind of fell off. Bringing it back is almost like a shock factor. So I love to see the portal play off the rip.
Multiple enemy
gonna find
attack
Millennia
जो है.
early, and that's a good start as Spall takes
अपना
out
Phoenix
Harvey.
का वो
Spall
बहुत
gonna take out
important है.
Terra. Ganbei on a
और ये
mini.
बहुत
Taro
important है.
onto Delena, and
सारे
TTK
के
falls to
सारे
Olan. What a
100
sweep there
Thieves
for
के
OUG.
dead है इस
Yeah, it was clean, man, and you know we don't talk about Ganbei enough. I think behind the scenes we've heard a lot about how good he is. One of the best Captain American players in the world. At this point, Ganbei, we might as well call him Captain China. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal play, just little dives, doing it himself sometimes. Animation canceling like you talk about that I'm not even that familiar with because I don't even play that much Captain America. But Ganbei, I mean, plays that character to the peak.
Yeah, for those who maybe don't know, there is a sprint setting where you're on auto sprint every time you move forward, and if you actually melee, use that sprint by walking forward in melee. Again, you can actually walk in between each melee attack. It'll reduce the amount of time that you have to use for each attack. So you try to build up that shield throw, you get shield throw.
Basically,
a whole other set of plays, but not enough
Captain
time
America का
to walk
एक
through all of that. I'm
basic
sure there's plenty of guides out there.
setting है. Settings में जाके आप change कर सकते हो. क्या? कि हाँ भी अपने Captain America हमेशा sprint पे.
You want to see number up, and now you play aggro, but Zhao gonna have that all in. The copy sounded like it does go out. Keeping some damage out now. Delena gonna hold the high side. Does have the dance of that butterfly. Taro gonna drop Terra once again. As out we go with the eye of Agamotto. Does that find value? Eyes are right back. And yes, Vinny is gonna find Spall. Millennia on the headline as TTK gets some value there with the eye, which is not as frequently seen in this level of play.
अभी सारे up है.
Stalling as well with Ganbei back on the point,
Inhalate
waiting for the
अपना
teleport
point
to come
के
through
लिए
from Headlock, so they still want to win this.
use कर रहे
Xiaolong
हैं.
on the backside trying to live from Delena in the 1v1, able to. Delena's able to take it out, but the portal will surely be available, I believe, from Headlock as he comes back through and gets that Loki back in the fight. So Shiv, this one's going to be a long one.
And we begin again. The portal is there. Out goes the invisible boundary. The dance floor is matched. And they see the Phoenix land in. Doesn't seem like it gets too much as Vinny cleans up Spall, though. May have been a nice combination as we see Delena. Terra. Zhao falls. Terra again.
Oh my God. Terra
well played again with this Phoenix. That melee on Phoenix we discussed last time. Incredibly impactful. And you can actually animation cancel that as well with the flight. So you'll see that rotation. It looks like they're almost doing a flip in the sky. Kind of like a kick from Cloak and Dagger. When you see that, just know that they're meleeing for days. And typically that will happen on Strategist Ultimate because you can apply that passive very quickly.
Yeah, and this is the difficulty with losing Xiaolong in that last fight early on to Delena. I mean, he was a guy keeping your point alive after Ganbei's ultimate was gone. Just fall back on the point, kind of keeping everybody sustained. So, fantastic work to get the job done on that first point. We'll see how they can continue in the street space. Milan on Wolverine with the
Wolverine.
Oh my goodness.
Spall gonna clean up Terra there, and that's what you want to see on the start from Olan, looking for a tackle up and high. Ganbei takes out Millennia, but at this point, you just don't want to commit too much here on the side of 100 Thieves or OUG. The fight is in your favor here for OUG, so just own that space and reset as a team. Terra on 100 Thieves close to Ultimate Harvey as well. Delena and Vinny with TTK. That is going to be a scary next fight, but matched almost right back by Zhao, Headlock, and Taro. To be Spalled. Whoever gets that strat out quickly, or whoever can find a strat in this fight will have the advantage. It's all about, as we see, the eternal bond early on. Do they find value through it? Sometimes you can find the Meteor M does not land just yet with the Phoenix. Does it get value? No. And Song Inferno does not. Delena going to use that dance of the Cutterfly, but they are stacking. It doesn't matter. Taro goes down. Vinny going to clean up Headlock. And Delena, just a ton of damage cleaned up there with the team. Although you can stack, and it does help diversify that damage a bit. If your team is coordinated, that burst of damage in and of itself is enough to find value. And at this level of play, that is how you play Psylocke.
Absolutely. But this series, this match right now between 100 Thieves and OUG is a little bit messy, I think, on both sides. The fact that so many ultimates are committed and not able to find elimination through cycling ultimates to combine them is definitely a tough flip. But we'll see how it continues in this upcoming fight. The advantage and continue on to the streets phase towards the end of the match.
You know what? I'm loving this video on cap play. It's looking very clean. Millennia going to use that Fate of both worlds, and once again, folks, plenty of flex player willing to play strategist for this team if need be, and it is working at this match so far. But Taro finds one off Tara from the tackle of Olan with the last stand. Again, we see, oh my god, I thought it was going to be a pick, but it does not. They will try to clean up. The strategist start doing a little dance there, and at this point, they will stagger. Forced off point there from the invisible boundary. Oh my goodness, leading right back with an eternal bind. Does it hold on? Down goes Milan now as the Lena finds this fight. And I did not expect to turn this around so quickly.
TDK अपना ultimate use करने के
बाद pushed away though by the invisible woman.
Oh my goodness, and his anti on HP there. That was a dangerous position to be in. Ganbei takes out TTK. Millennia falls too. 100 Thieves crumbling right now. I do think it was too quick of a re-engage. They didn't need to force it that fast. They used a ton of ultimates, and it bit them in the butt.
Absolutely. I mean, Sval right there saving the team. TTK over the high ground. Came up on that skin. I wonder if the skin's a little bit louder than other skins too. And that Doctor Strange, you know, the new skin that came out with him, and you know, changes sort of some of the sound effects. But he's floating up top. And Sval very well aware of that. Pushed him away, keeping them afloat in the streets phase of the map. 3 seconds left to go in the second phase. We'll see how Under Thieves does. I mean, they have ultimates right now, but OUG's backline, I think they are phenomenal. This is some of the best strategist play we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a great call in the last map. I really do think we, you know, they always get slept on in ladder. You know, everybody can attest to that, and they always take the blame. But very clean play, just no mistakes here. So patient, and they do have ults again for OUG heavily up in ult advantage. That's a tackle from Olan again, followed up by Ganbei. And you just see that back and forth consistently. Beautiful play. I'm not sure why they're not pulling out the Wolf 2. I know it's a little more difficult here with the competition they are running.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they're against the invisible woman on the opposite side. Milan is not against it. That's the reason this is kind of working. Unfortunately for 100 Thieves, they need to swap somebody over to that hero. Oh, portal coming out. Milan trying to kidnap. Can't get it, actually, so he gets it off. And they're going to come back through the point in overtime.
Yeah, I don't think their strategist line, and that could be the fault of just having a flex player in that role, right? It could make things more difficult, and that's that conversation we were having initially. Vinny going to find Milan early, and that's a good start here for 100 Thieves, who are really looking to get this second point. It's a very difficult point to push through. The combination